2024. First, the headlines. Federal government begins payment of wage award for November 2023. Minister of Defense reaffirms the ban on unauthorized use of military camouflage. And on the foreign scene, UN Security Council vote on Gaza faces threats of US veto. I am Eval Edu. With the news details shortly, stay with us.
Every day, every story. If it matters to you, depend on our news team to bring you the latest.
Welcome back. Now the news in detail. The federal government has started the payment of the November 2023 wage award. This was confirmed in separate interviews with newsmen on Tuesday by some federal civil servants. The payment of wage awards to Nigerian workers was one of the deals agreed upon by the organized labor and the federal government as one of the ways to mitigate the effect of the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol. However, the government at the time suspended the payment of the wage award, a move which was criticized by activists and other stakeholders. The Nigerian Labour Congress had described the government's action as dishonorable, while the Trade Union Congress also urged the government to pay civil servants the wage awards or risk industrial action. The federal government has concluded plans to install biometric clearance gates for the Nigerian Immigration Service at international airports in the country. The gates are expected to be ready at these airports by March 2024. The international airport in Nigeria where the facilities will be installed are the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport Abuja, Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Port Harcourt International Airport, and Akanu Ibiam International Airport Enugu. When put to use, the gates would provide seamless clearance services for passengers entering the country through any of the international airports. Speaking during the inspection visit to the Abuja International Airport on Monday, the Minister of Interior, Olubomi Tunji Ojo, said Lagos will get 17 gates, Abuja 10, Port Harcourt and Kano will get 5 each, and Enugu will get 4. He added that the facilities will be a game changer for effective and efficient management of international passengers in the country. The Senate Committee on Finance on Monday kicked against the loss of 17 trillion naira to tax waivers in the last 5 years. The committee also pushed for the Federal Inland Revenue Service to aim for a tax revenue goal of 30 trillion naira in 2024. The committee made this known when Federal Inland Revenue Service Chairman Zach Adedeji led a team from the agency to an interactive session with the Senate Committee on Finance over the 2024 operational budget of the service. At the 2024 operational budget defense session of the service, the chairman of the committee, Senator Sani Musa, noted that the nation has lost over 17 trillion naira in 5 years owing to tax waivers. Saddled with a projected tax collection of 19 trillion naira, up from 12 trillion naira, the FRRS boss unraveled plans by the service to deepen collection without augmenting taxes. The Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, has reaffirmed the ban on unauthorized use of military camouflage, saying it is only the armed forces and the Nigerian police force, while on joint operation with the military, that are allowed by law to use the military camouflage. The Director of Information and Public Relations in the Defense Ministry, Henshaw Okubike, in a statement said the minister's call is coming at a time when criminals disguise as military and paramilitary personnel to cause havoc in the society. He said government ban on other paramilitary agencies from the use of the military camouflage was to bring sanity to the system and also a way of checkmating criminal activities. Ogun State House of Assembly has summoned the immediate past Commissioner for Information and Strategy in the state, Wahid Odushile, for clarification of some financial infractions contained in the 2021 and 2022 audit reports of the ministry. Chairman, House Committee on Public Accounts and Anti-Corruption, Damilare Bello, issued a directive in Abeokuta while considering the ministry's auditor's reports for 2021 and 2022, as presented by the ministry's Permanent Secretary, Wahid Adeshino. Bello, in company with other members of the committee, submitted that the invited officials were expected to appear before the committee on February 29 at 1 p.m. He added that they were to provide further information on various infractions regarding 92.9 million naira released to the ministry from the governor's contingency fund to supplement funds released for the expenditures of the ministry. The lawmaker also directed the ministry's Director of Finance and Accounts to furnish the committee with further details on the transfer of 2.51 million naira to individual accounts as contained in the 2021 Auditor General reports. Nigeria's leading cement manufacturers yesterday agreed to reduce prices, noting that despite the rising cost of doing business, a 50-kilogram bag of the product shouldn't be higher than between 7,000 naira and 8,000 naira. Coming out of a meeting with the Minister of Works, David Umahi, and Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, in Abuja, Dangote Cement, BUA, and Lafarge said a price monitoring team would be set up to ensure that there's no price gouging. A statement by Umahi's special advisor, Uchenna Oji, said it is expected that price will drop after securing government intervention on the challenges of the manufacturers on gas, import duty, smuggling, and better road network. Going forward, the government advised cement manufacturers to set up a price monitoring mechanism to ensure compliance. And on the foreign scene, the UN Security Council will vote on a new draft resolution on Tuesday calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, despite threats of a third US veto on such attacks. The document prepared by Algeria demands an immediate humanitarian ceasefire that must be respected by all parties. The vote comes as Israel prepares to vote into the southern Gaza Strip city of Rafah, where some 1.4 million people have fled as part of its mission to destroy Hamas. However, it is facing increased pressure to hold off, including from its closest ally, the United States. The draft resolution opposes the forced displacement of the Palestinian civilian population. Similarly to other previous drafts spawned by the United States and Israel, the new text does not condemn Hamas's October 7 assault. In business, members of the major energies marketers of Nigeria have said it will be illegal to negotiate and fix the cost of lifting fuel with members of the National Association of Transport Owners. The NATO president, Yusuf Uthman, had in a letter to truck drivers who are members of other unions and associations said it had made several efforts to secure negotiations. However, the major marketers said that the decision of NATO to stop transporting fuel may not have much effect on its members, some of whom now have separate transporters. In sports, Newcastle United has confirmed that sporting director Dan Ashworth has been placed on leave as Manchester United prepare to formalize their efforts to take him to Old Trafford. The 52-year-old has stepped away from his duties at St James's Park, having told the club hierarchy that he wants to accept the overtures from United. United are overhauling their structure following Jim Ratcliffe's deal to acquire a 25% stake in the club and take control of football operations. The chairman of chemicals giant Ineos has moved quickly to strengthen United's football leadership group, with recruitment a particular area of focus. And before we go, a recap of the top stories. Federal government begins payment of wage award for November. Ministry of Defense reaffirms the ban of unauthorized use of military camouflage. I will brought you the report that UN Security Council vote on Gaza faces threat of US veto. And that's the news at noon on Rapid 96.5 FM. For news coverage and eyewitness report, kindly send a message to our hotline on WhatsApp 0704 9220 965 or send an email to news@rbnradiotv.com. This bulletin was produced by Chiduma Ukpabi. I am Eval Edu. Many thanks for listening. Good afternoon.